Thank God I can do magic, everybody.
Shut up!
Oh, shit!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome. It's a magic method. I need each and every one of you to grab a drink, grab some playing cards, some coins and some half dollars, and sit tight, because here we go. All right, where the heck is my live cam? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, everybody. We got a great show tonight. This is not evening hour. This is magic method. It's very different. I'm going to be teaching my style of sleight of hand magic tonight for you. So come on in. I have seltzer water here because I'm going to be talking like a freak. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. And I got a few little things to say before we start. Wow, we got a great crowd in here already. Come on in. I got my crew in here. Eric, Helen, Ashworth. Sharky's in the house. What's up, Voider Shark? Matt S. Ashworth. William's in the house. What's up, buddy? Dan says he's a new watcher. All right, so we got new people in here. Here's what's going on. Let me turn the tunes down a bit. If you are new, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm trying to get to 800. I'm almost at 8. I'm getting there. I'm trying to get to 1,000 so that I get monetized. But right now, we're churning ahead. So, oh wow, we got a great crowd tonight. Awesome. Come on in. So, if you are new and you see a bunch of insanity going on in the chat room here, it's because it is kind of crazy. There is a live game that goes on. Everybody has points. If you subscribe, you get some points. And if you chat, you get points. You put exclamation point, then the word points right beside it, and it'll tell you, my robot. Folks, my robot is no longer a robot. I'm going to tell you and show you. I was supposed to email myself this and put it on my Streamlab account, but I did not. So I will show it to you on my phone. But I have named my robot, and it came naturally. This, folks, is my robot. His name's Zalthon the Tyrant. So my moderator that says Streamlabs, that's Zalthon. Zalthon can be a tyrant. Sometimes he's fair. But Zalthon is my moderator bot. And, yes. So, Zalthon will tell you how many points you have. And then you can wager the points. Who do we have in here? Let's see. Paul and Karen say hi from New Hampshire. Paul and Karen. What's up, everybody? Come on in. Get cozy. Visionary Magical. Now, this is a live show. I hate doing canned shows. The reason why I'm doing them live is you can ask me questions right here. Be patient. There's only one of me, and I'm going to be... It's me and Zalthon as moderators. I'm going to be checking the chat. I'm going to be checking for questions. I do need you to go get your things. I recommend a piece of paper to write down what we're doing. You're never going to remember, or you're going to have to watch it again, which is fine. And then you're going to need some playing cards, and you're going to need some coins. I don't care what kind of cards you get. You can even have junky ones. But right now, my favorite card brands of all time are Tally-Ho, Circleback, and B. B is more popular, obviously. Hey, one of my students is in here. Robinson, what's up, buddy? Bill Yan is in the house. Come on in. Wow, we have a... I know, Zolthon is not... Oh, that's why he's the tyrant. Yeah, Zolthon is a tyrant sometimes, so good luck with your gambling. If you put exclamation point, risk, space, and then how many points you want to gamble, you can win more or lose them. And then there's a web store. No one's ordered anything yet. But save your points. The web store that's in there, there's 2 prizes. All the instructions are in the description. On the bottom over here is the subscription button. And if the channel goes out, just be patient. Give it 5 minutes. I'll reboot the whole thing. Reboot? What the heck is a reboot? Reboot the whole thing. And if for some reason this channel is dead, go to Instagram. Cardone Magic. One word. All right, let's do this. Let's move. Well, let's give me a couple more seconds here. Friday, there's no show. Friday is Walpurgisnacht. It is a witchy holiday. I do indeed celebrate. It's one of my favorite holidays in the year. I look forward to it. I do my own thing. So, I'm off. And then I'll be back on Monday. So this channel right here, there are 3 live shows a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday usually. And Friday I usually give away a prize, but I'm not doing that this week. It'll be next week. Yeah, what else do I have to say before we start here? If we have magicians in the house, which we do, Rick Sherman's in the house. Rick Sherman's a very good friend of mine who's a professional magician. Rick, if you see anything I'm missing, remind me. You can even text me, Rick. You have my text number. Yeah, Ashworth, you're going to love this. I'm going to teach some basic, cool stuff. Stuff that's hard. Some of it's easy. But these are things that aren't tricks. They're stunts that you can do while you're playing cards. I'm going to show you how I flick the cards around. All right, let me drink some more water here. Visionary Magical. Cool name. All right. Let me check one thing. Cool. We got a good crowd. I have a solid crowd here that comes to all my shows now. I love it. I'm flattered and proud that I'm able to pull this off for you guys. Normally this show, if you're new, when I do an evening hour, the subjects go from ancient philosophy to occultism to magic tricks to Pez, lava lamps, you never know. Weird, fun stuff. Well, my expertise and how I make a living is I do magic shows, and I'm going to teach you some stuff. Let's do this. Now, as for coins go, I have here, I will show you the coins I will be using. I use silver dollars for a lot of this stuff. These are the newer silver dollars. These are worth $1. These are worth $20 at least each. They're real silver. Sometimes I just started messing with this. This is a coin from 1806. Spanish coin. And quarters. So if you don't have half dollars, silver dollars, get some quarters. You can use quarters. Okay. So, oh yeah, squishies. Speaking of squishies, I got some new squishies. These are role-playing game themed squishies. That is a gelatinous cube. How adorable is that? And it's a very good slow rise. I like squishies. All right, let's start. What the heck? I'm wasting time here. Now, when I do magic shows, 8 out of 10 times, if it's a regular gig, like my restaurant gigs, I'll use any color of deck. But most professional jobs I do, the high-end jobs, I always use blue. Mostly, well, it depends what the lights are. If the club has reddish lighting, you can't even see these. And the red pips on the cards disappear. If you have blue lighting, obviously the blue back disappears, but the red and black pips stick out. So I always go, most of the time, for the blue. It just pops better in the dark. What am I going to use tonight? I'm going to use red. All right, I'm going to switch over to the hand cam. All right, here's how it goes. The first thing I'm going to do is Peter Benedetti in the house. What's up? So this is what I do. This is how I open cards, and I'm showing you this because most people don't do it right. There's a cellophane wrapper. Oh, what's up? You're from Brooklyn. Great. Enjoy. Sit back and enjoy. You're going to have fun tonight. So I like to leave the cellophane wrapper on. Why? Because it protects the cards. Okay? So first, you want to pop off this little, the little wrapper bit. You know, in the old days, gum had this. Cigarettes had it. By God, sometimes they're so... Look at this. I can't even get this one off. It is so bad. There we go. See the little strip? There we go. Off. Take that off. Leave the cellophane on. And then I slightly pop this open and tear. Nothing fancy. I open it up, and then I tear off that. I tear off the ears. You don't need them. And then in the deck, you have the 2 advertising cards. We don't need those. And the 2 jokers. I keep these and use them for certain things. Okay, now I'm switching over to this. All right, these are brand new cards. And I'm going to set them down now, because I want to show you the difference between new cards and old cards in a second. All right, now the first thing I want to show straight up is how I riffle shuffle. And I have a very simple way of teaching it. If you're one of my students, you should know this, and you should be practicing this all the time. And so the first thing you got to learn is, once you have out a pack of cards, you got to shuffle them. It's one of the ways you break them in. So sometimes when I'm at a gig, watching me break the cards in is kind of fun. People really like watching me do my thing. And the break-in part, a lot of it I'm going to teach you tonight. So this right here is called dealer's grip. It's always in the left hand. Always. The reason it's always in the left hand, even if you're a lefty, is because, watch. If I spread them, you can see the pips. See that? If I put them in this hand and I spread them, you don't see anything. There's no pips on the corners. Okay? So it's always here. If you're a lefty or a righty, I don't care. Magic, you're going to be using both. I do some of the most difficult moves with my left hand. I also have bad arthritis in my left hand, so every now and then it cramps up a bit. All right, so dealer's grip. Now watch this, folks. This is the move. This is how I riffle shuffle. I'm going to do it and then explain it. I go like this, like this, like this. That's my riffle shuffle. It's economic. There's no wasted moves. So here's how I do it. Notice I don't use a table. I don't like using tables when I'm doing magic shows. I do sometimes, but I try not to. So here's how it goes. Dealer's grip, you're going to transfer the cards to your other hand like this. Look at this. The face is out. The back is towards your hand. My thumb is at the top. These fingers are on the sides. This position I use for a lot. And, you know when you see me doing the fancy stuff with the cards where I keep making them appear? This is part of it. You have to learn how to hold cards in this position. So, here it goes. Now, I'm going to use this is my dealer's grip, right? I'm going to use my left thumb to crack open halfway. Okay? And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let them crack and fall onto my fingertips. And then I'm going to use these fingertips to roll them in. Now they match. Face, face. I'll roll it back and put it back. Look at the economic motion here. There's not a lot. It's here, here, down, roll, match. Let me know if that makes sense. See, we have magicians in here that know the real names. I know some of the real names. Straddle grip for your notes. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. So here we go. Dealer's grip. Here, right? Thumb. You can do the front or the back. I think I do the back, yeah. And then you literally land and roll and in. This straddle grip's great because, look, they're organized. Now, you can grab it and move your thumbs. Look. So from here to here. You have control over them. Now, the hard part is how you're going to do this. Notice mine, sometimes I put one finger back, and you're going to put them together and riffle. Now, you can just push them together if you want, or boom, 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 match, down, or you can bridge. Now, the bridge in this position is easy. Look, I literally just grab and bend, and then relax. And then do it this way. Do it backwards, especially if they're new cards. That's how I break in a brand new deck of cards, which I'm going to probably have to do in a second. I'm using these because they're way broken in right now. Smooth operator. Yeah, that's the idea. Oh, not so smooth. Just drop some. The idea is economy of motion. You don't want to, whenever I see people shuffle, students, they'll do this. They'll go from here, and they'll go. And they're here, and there. It takes them forever to get in this position. I don't know what they're doing. I'm always like, what are you doing? You're making it way hard. If you're one of my students, you'll hear me say that a lot. I'll go, you're making it harder. It can be way easy. So one of the secrets to me of being a great artist is to eliminate, eliminate, eliminate. Don't be clever, eliminate. Cut out the fat, leave the bare bones. If you watch this today and you learn one thing about anything, that's the thing to remember. Cut out the fat. I don't care if you're a poet, a writer. Rick Sherman's a writer. He'll tell you this. You want to eliminate as much as possible to get to the core nuance to what you're doing. And all the extra junk you're adding is mostly your ego. It really is. You don't need it here. It gets in the way. So smooth and easy. Look, here, 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 here. You're ready to roll. Oops. Shuffle. Okay? Not hard at all. And like I said, can cards be too broken in or overused? Absolutely. I use my cards for 1 gig and they're done. And here's why. That's an excellent question, and I might not have said this, but here's the deal with a brand new deck of cards. These cards that I just opened, they're in new deck order. I'll show you. I'll fan them out so you can see. They're perfect. They're in brand new deck order, and they're smooth as butter. Every time I open a pack of cards and break it in, they are exactly the way they're supposed to be. These I broke in, I don't know, 4 days ago, and I've been messing around. They're a little over the hill. If you gave these to me and said, go do a show, of course I could do it, but I don't like them like this. There's a couple of really crazy moves I do that they kind of need to be in perfect shape. Some of the palming and some of the techniques I use, they need to be consistent. And when it's humid out, I'm going to show you, like, look how thin this deck looks. It's like thin. I'm not really squeezing it, but it's thin. When they start to get older, they start to get puffier. They start to get a little puffier. And that's the humidity soaking into the cards. So, yes, you don't want too new or too old. Certain cards, like Tally-Ho, are thinner than B, which is why I like these. If you're not a professional magician, you don't need thinner cards. You can use bicycles or Bs, and just you shuffle them until they're ready. These Tally-Ho's, a brand new deck, I'll show you in a second. Okay, so that's the shuffle. Everybody needs to learn how to shuffle. This kind of shuffle I'm not going to go through today, even though it looks kind of whatever. There's a lot of detail in that shuffle. There's a lot of detail in that shuffle. And then here, I'll try this with the new cards now. So, well, let me see. We'll do it with these. And then there's this shuffle, which... This shuffle here is where you split them down the middle. Thread them in the... Here, hold on. Let me get a better focus. I'm going to move out of the way. There we go. Here, 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 here. And then with one hand... you do the shuffle. That is really hard to do. I'm not teaching that today. I Thank you, Mindful Magic. Thank you so much. This kind of stuff, you really do have to just do it over and over and over, and it's just nonstop. Your hands do get tired. Most of you, if you don't do this all the time, you don't have the hand strength. My hands are really strong this way, and nobody uses the muscle that does this for basically anything. I use it. I also I have a really fat palm. See that muscle? That's a card trick muscle. All right, now let's talk about the springing of the cards. Everybody wants to learn it, and I always tell people it's kind of easy to do. I swear to God, out of all the things I do, doing this, here, let me get a good one. Doing this is not that hard to do. And there are a million ways to do it. I was told by some snobby magician that mine was inferior to his because his was quieter. And I was like, oh, really? And I remember being like, well, I want mine to be loud. So there you go. I like it loud. It draws attention. I will say, if you're playing poker, you don't want to do that because people think you can cheat. So how do you do this? Well, let me try it with some newer cards. See, with different cards, it's a little stiffer. Yeah, a little stiffer here. Oi! And with a brand new deck, I'm not going to do it with these yet. No. Yeah, not yet. I need to break them in. So, here's how you learn. It's easy. The first thing you're going to do is take half the deck. Half. Hey, Mama's in the house. What's up, Mama? My mom's known me my whole life, and she's been watching me practice card tricks pretty much my whole life. You remember Franola? I call my mom Franola, sorry. Franola, remember how little I was? I was pretty little. And I discovered a book in the library, and that was that. So, half the deck. Dealer's grip. And now, you're going to overhand grip the cards in your right hand. And, again, if you're a lefty, I don't care. You start in your left, because you're going to be shooting them back to your dealer's grip hand. So here you go. In the dealer's grip, you're going to overhand grip, but let me show you the details of this. My thumb goes below the cards. My fingers go on the edge. Okay, right on the edge. Not like that. Because the cards are squirting forward. And if they're like that, you can't do it. So the reason why we're doing half the deck is because some people can't squeeze the deck in half like that. And I don't want you to, even if you got big hands. Just do half for now. So I grab it like this, but I've been doing this so long that when I do it, I use 2 fingers. I do this. I use these 2 to squeeze. You can use 2, 3, or 4. I don't care. Whatever you do, I don't care. One of the things you have to understand about learning magic is I can only show you so much. The rest is up to you to really figure out. So people will ask me how hard I'm squeezing or whatnot. I'm like, I can't show you that. You really do have to experiment. And I will say some people practice poorly, meaning they just repeat the same mistake over and over and over again. You have to adjust. Okay? So here you go. Dealer's grip, overhand grip, however you want to do this. I'm going to use my normal, my 1 finger, but most of you probably use 2 or 3. And the dealer's grip hand now has an important role. And I'm always telling this to people. Make a cage. Look, it's a cage. The cards land in the cage and can't go anywhere. Okay? If I'm literally, I teach people, I go, all right, here we go. And they'll do this, and they'll put the cards like this. And I'm like, stop. Where the heck are the cards going to go? They're going to go all over the floor. You're not even aiming at the cage. You have to aim in the cage. And more importantly, don't separate this thing. Do this in the cage. Okay? Look at this. Watch. You want consistency. Bend, cage. I'm aiming for my pointy finger. I'll do it forward like this. Look. Okay? Here it's going consistently. All right. Now, the next part of this is move a little back. Just a little. and get smooth. And now, when you start going far, you don't start far. You don't start here. You start here, and you go out and in. Let me try this. Now that I'm doing it with a whole deck, it feels so much bigger. Let me try these. These are more broken in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When they're broken in, I have some old cards that you can really go crazy. Yeah, like that. You can also go up. Let me try to get a good up one. Up and down. Now, when I do this, you don't do it straight. You angle it a bit because then gravity helps the cards stay in your hand cage. Look. Right? It's not that hard, folks. I know it looks hard. It's not. I learned how to do that when I was really little. And, sit on a bed. Don't do it so you have to keep going to the floor to pick them up. Or sit on the floor and start doing this. It's about consistency. With half the cards, listen to the sound. It goes brrrp. And one of the most common things that happens is instead of the cards going forward, they go backwards off the thumb this way. They go the opposite way. And I've seen magicians do that in shows where they go backward. I don't like it. I like it when it's forward. It's more active. All right, that's springing the cards. It's very famous. When I was a kid, I remember seeing it in a cartoon. And I thought it was a trick deck. And then I found in a book that you can make them with staples. You staple one to one to one like that. But, I mean, you can't do any tricks. This is legit. It looks crazy. If you can do this, you will show... People will think you're a card sharp. Yeah, for real. Thank you, Ashworth. Yeah, so that's that. It's called card springing. The other one I want to teach that a lot of people ask me about is this one. And I never had... Oh, these are new. These are the new cards. When they're new, by God, I can go really fast. Or high. They can go really... Let me see how high I can get with these with one hand. I don't know if you can see. Oh, yeah, you can't even see how high these are going. That was 2. Watch. 1, 2, 3, and here's a... Oh, no. Let me get a really good one. Yeah. And they're actually boomeranging. They come back on a boomerang angle. Now, I'm going to show you my method. I was not taught this by anybody. I didn't even find it in a book. I remember seeing somebody do it, and I went nuts and was like, wow, what are they doing? And then I went home and figured out my own way. Since then, which was 20, 30 years ago, I've encountered other people that do it almost exactly the same way. So, I mean, I can claim credit for it, but, a lot of these things are invented by multiple people. I always thought it was funny when magicians get mad over that, but it's like, clearly some of this stuff you can come up with if you sit and think about it. And my thought was I wanted to be able to do it from like a dealer's grip position, from like here. And yeah, it ended up working out. I use it all the time. So let me do it with... Now, if the cards are really dead and broken in, that doesn't look as good. They don't go as... They're not as crispy. Well, these are okay. And I flick it with my wrist a little bit. But we'll get to that in a second. So here's the move. Thank you, Libra Liz. All right. Check it out. Dealer's grip. See where my pinky is? Now I'm going to modify my dealer's grip by moving the cards that way so my pinky can go underneath the cards now. So that's dealer's grip. A little bit modified. Now here's the hardest part of the whole thing. Sliding down with your thumb one card. See where my pinky is? Now you know what's going to happen. Look. Here it is. Modified so that, my pinky can move freely underneath. Slide it down. Engage the pinky. Move the thumb out of the way. Now, this isn't as hard as people think either. Once it's there, you bend and release. It's like a trigger. Look, you go in and you flick it. It's really fun to do. You need to be aware of the angle of the cards, meaning when I do it, they're not going straight up. They're angled a bit. So they're coming from the side, from this way. Let me see if you can see this. Hold on. Let me do it with new ones. Watch. You see how they're angled a bit? That one was straight. You see how they're a little angled? That's what you want. It makes them boomerang a bit. Now, when I'm on a really big stage, I can really, look at that. Wow. I can really get these things to go crazy far. I can't even see that. 1, 2. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So that is a 1-card flick. There are other ways to do it. One of them is from this position, and a lot of guys use a rubber thumb to do it. Great. I have one. I use it sometimes too, but not a lot because I don't like extra crap. I really don't. I like bare hands. The other one that I do use occasionally is a very different version. It's you know when I'm doing the tricks where I'm making cards appear, right? Those kind of tricks where I'm making cards appear, there's a version of the card shoot that looks like this. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because it goes so far in the air, I can't hold it. It looks like this. Hold on. Nope. Hold on. I'm trying to get this in a manner that you're going to be able to see. There it is. And sometimes I can get them to go so far. Nope. I don't know why they're not doing this today. This is one of the ones I don't use so much. Hold on. It's because the cards are a little too dead. There we go. There it is. There it is. So this one here, I'll quickly show you, but I would not bother. The method to this one is this. They're here. You bend it in, peel one with your thumb, and it slips out this way. I don't use it that often, but when I'm doing my ba 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 ba, if they feel in the right spot, I'll shoot one. That's the thing about that kind of stuff is you don't know how they're going to end up in your bare hands. Occasionally, they're a little off, and I'll do a different sequence. That's why that kind of magic's hard, because you're adjusting the whole time. So now you've seen one, the shooting, the spring. You've seen the singles, right? And again, I'll go over it one more time. From here to there, the pinky's free. Slide one down, engage it, and flick it. Okay? Not hard. Not hard at all. It seems hard. I promise you it's not. Now, I'm going to say really quickly, how do you practice? I tell everybody, if you can do 10 minutes a day, every day, you'll get very good. But it's 10 minutes a day. It's not 20 minutes a day. It's not an hour a day. 10 minutes of solid, sit down, run through each shuffle, run through each bit. You know, you do a minute on the shuffle 10 to 15, 20 times, and then, you know, sit there and play with this, and try to do 10, set goals. Do like, I'm going to catch 10 in a row. This one I use in my show. I could do this all day, and I pretty much catch them all the time. Occasionally, I'll miss one. There's one there. But that's the one I use. It's the one, I've been doing it since I was little. So that's probably why I'm good at it, I invented it, and my hands, I do it all the time. And I'll tell you one thing that's funny that I noticed that I do, and I didn't notice this right away. Oh, here's some cards. I noticed jugglers do this. They'll do the same thing every time, and it almost locks it into your brain so that it's consistent. So when I'm on stage, I do this. I go, up, up, with my hands, set it, and I go like that. Yeah. Watch. I'll go. I don't know why. I go up, down, and then I catch it. I think it's more of a theatrical thing, but because I do it all the time, it makes it sharper and better. I throw darts. Anybody out here throw darts? Same thing. When I'm throwing darts, I do the same exact ritual of consistency. I put the weight on both of my feet. I stand relaxed, bah, and I throw the dart. I used to lean forward, and I realized I wasn't leaning consistently, so I got rid of the lean and said, you know what? I think I can stand straight consistently and throw the dart better. And it made my dart throwing get way better. Same thing with juggling. Do the same thing exactly every time, and you'll see. Okay. All right, we did the spring, the shoot one. All right, now, here's where we're going to get into the fans. This is one of my favorite subjects. I could go a whole hour and a half on just fanning cards. Right now, if you watch magicians, there's a movement where a lot of guys like to do these things. Procedural, oh, I love it. Procedural memory. That's it. Yeah, you're doing a procedure that locks it into your brain, and when you follow suit, it comes out the same. Yes, sports stars do it too. They also use creative visualization, meaning right before they do it, they imagine a perfect one. Great word, Bill. Fanning, I'm a fan of fanning. A lot of magicians you'll see do a lot of stuff where they're doing these crazy convoluted cuts, and it looks like the deck is like a geometric shape. I never liked those. I hate them. I think it looks ugly. It's like, it's like, I don't know. It to me doesn't look pretty. I always thought big, beautiful fans were beautiful, and then not only that, you can do magic with them. So, I mean, this, when I wanted to learn this when I was younger, I don't know. It's one of my favorite things to do with cards. That's hard to do because you have to be able to Pharaoh shuffle, which we'll talk about. So, I'm going to start with these brand new spankety cards and show you some fans. And we're going to start with a two-handed fan. If you have nice cards, you can get a really nice fan not much effort. Why? Because they're slippery, or as they say in Pennsylvania, slippy. That's one of my favorite Pennsylvania words, slippy. They're very slippy. If you have old cards and you try to fan them, sometimes they're kind of clumpy and they don't look good. That you need a different type of fan. It's called a pressure fan. We'll get to that in a second. So here's the procedure. Hand like this. This is my dealer grip hand. When you learn fans, you are literally going to be doing them in both hands. Okay? All right. Oh, schmoly. There you go. That's why you're supposed to break them in. Here, now they're shuffled. Yeah, I didn't even shuffle those yet, which I was trying not to, but now they're shuffled, and that's okay. That's okay. If you don't drop cards, you're not learning. It's one of the coolest things. I remember I was on like a little school ski trip, and the teacher was like, "How'd you do today?" And I was like, "I did pretty good. I didn't crash." And he goes, "If you're not falling, you're not learning." I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." All right, now I'm going to really shuffle these a couple times. All right. These are brand new. Watch how fast these break in. And then we're going to fan. If you have old... Oh, you're winning points, Peter. Congrats. If you have old junky cards, this is going to be hard. Right hand, flat. No windows. These are called windows. Flat. And the cards, you're going to put them like that. They're going to stick off your shoulder. Not like this. like that. And now I'll show you the reverse, what it looks like. Notice this is empty. That's because the fan is going to be used. That empty spot is going to be used. It's going to hold the cards. So flat, put the cards in place. It's like a flag sticking out of a flagpole. And now your thumb, I use my thumb to make the fan. I don't do this, I do this. It looks better. This is called a two-handed fan. So here's where I'm pushing. I'm putting my thumb here and pushing and making a circle. Now, this is where the practice comes in. How hard do you squeeze? Well, I'm squeezing the top corner as if there was a pin in the corner. Right? And I'm squeezing pretty hard. And this, I'm pushing kind of hard too. I don't know how to tell you how hard, but this is where you got to adjust. Squeeze a little harder, push a little harder, push a little less, and squeeze. I don't know. This is the I don't know. You got to just do it over and over and over again. And eventually, your hands will start learning how to pull it off. Another analogy I like to use is surfing. Surfing's kind of nuts. Imagine trying to learn how to do a really complicated move and only getting one chance or two chances a day to do it, and you only have a couple seconds to try. That's how surfing is. You only have a couple seconds, there's a wave coming, and you have to make everything work in 1 second and make a billion minor adjustments that you don't even understand. Well, how do you do that? You just keep doing it over and over, and eventually your brain goes, you just know how hard to squeeze. You know, if somebody asks me how hard I'm squeezing, I'm like, I don't know. Kind of hard, I would say. This hand too. Notice when you fan, okay, let me put an ace on the front. When you fan here, the cards look blank, except for there. When you fan here, you see the pips. All right, so that's a two-handed fan. Okay? You put them in, you make this flat, empty, and you use your other hand to make the fan. Now, very important. When you're making this, think big. In your imagination, think up and around. Not like tight, but up and around. And the more up and around, the fan looks bigger. It definitely looks bigger. When I am doing this, and I'll do this now with a brand new deck. Let's see if this works. When you're doing this, it's the same fan. It's the same fan. It is a two-handed fan. Not a pressure fan, nothing else. It's kind of simple. See, here, out of my shoulder, up and around. Whoop. Okay? Now to close, I go down and then pivot it. But I'm not even going to show you how to close it. You'll figure it out. Wax on, yes. Wax on, wax off. I love it. Yeah. Oh, Smalley, see, these need shuffled. These cards are my favorite brand because in 5 minutes they're ready. So I'm going to put these down for a second. All right. We don't need these. Oh, there we go. Now we're going to learn a one-handed fan. Sounds hard. It's actually not so hard. A one-handed fan looks like this. And it's half the deck right now. Here's the other half. So there's a few ways to do this. My favorite fan in the world is a one-handed fan. I've been doing one-handed fans also for a very long time. I learned how to do them a little wrong, but from this position, let me see. Okay, here we go. The first thing you're going to do is take half the cards. It's half. Put your hand out like you're saying, give me 5. I'm going to do this in my right hand now. They go on the tips of your fingers, and your thumb goes to the pinky. Here, I'm going to do the hand cam now. Okay? Gonna move all this out of the way, and we are going to use the hand cam. Here we go. There, thumb. Now the reason for that thumb there is now my thumb can move up and around, and my fingers can move down. So it's like fingers are going down, thumb is going up. It's like that. See, look, watch. Okay. In the other hand, flat, here, thumb, spread. Notice the pips aren't there. That's because you're doing it in the left hand. Okay? This one's not hard. Here, here, thumb in the corner, there. Okay? Not hard. Not really easy, but not hard at all. If you do it in both hands at the same time, watch what it looks like. This is cool. If you do this, it looks like the letter S. It's called an S fan. And it's this thing that magicians do that I kind of hate, but it's so fun to do, where they go 1, 2, and they make that noise and then put them back. Or they go 1, 2, make the noise and then do it like a shuffle. It's not hard. Watch. If I'm going to do it that way, I'm going to hold them face up, whole deck, just like that shuffle. And I'm going to crack it. Actually, how do I do this? It's so funny. Some of these moves I do so much that when I'm oh yeah. So this is how I do it. Like this. Like this. Oh, you know what it is? I have a different way of fanning these, and I'm going to show you now before I do that. But it is this, it's just one in each hand, you know? So here's how I do it. This is a little different now. The fan I'm going to teach you now is very important. It's not as easy, but it's the fan that enables you to do this. Hold on. Whenever you have a fan of cards, if you ever want to do this, there's a procedure that you have to learn how to do to make these fans appear out of thin air. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, there we go. So how do you do that? Well, I'll show you. Remember this position? Take half the cards, half, and hold them like this. Just like you're going to do that shuffle. Okay? Now watch this. Look what I did. I was like this. Now I'm like that. It's a weird hand position. Look at that. The next thing I'm going to do is do that. My knuckles are on the cards, and my finger is here and here. And look where my thumb is. Just like I'm getting ready to fan. Now, when I move this finger out of the way, I get a fan. And I'm only holding it with one finger and one thumb. Look, free. From the back. From the front. Here, here, here. And the goal is to get it as big as possible. Big and juicy. It's half the deck right there, okay? There's all sorts of reasons for what I'm doing now that you don't even need to bother with. But the cool thing is this fan, you can take it and bam, you can just, from this position, the only thing I will say that I'm doing that a lot of people don't know is from here, it's got to go flat. In, move the finger. Free fingers. These fingers are going to do a whole series of things to make that trick work eventually. So here, thumb at the bottom, Thumb goes up, fingers go down. One-handed fan. I probably use this more than all of them. As a matter of fact, I definitely use this more than all of them. Not only that, I even, yeah. Okay. There we go. So that is a one-handed fan. It's one of my favorite things in the world to do. I've been doing it for a very long time. You can rewind this and watch it. It's not hard. It's tricky, but it's not too hard. Just a little bit of practice. The other fan that is one of my favorites is the Jumbo. And I'm going to show it to you, but there's a problem. You have to be able to Pharaoh shuffle the cards. And a Pharaoh shuffle is where you split the deck perfectly and you perfectly interlace them. If you do 8 of those, the deck goes back to the original order. I'm not kidding you. I do it when I do gigs. I'll sit down and do 8 perfect shuffles just to get it rolling. I can't explain how to do that. There are people that teach Pharaoh shuffling. I just started doing it, and it's extremely hard. But that shuffle enables me to pull this off. It's one of my favorite fans in the world. Wow. Are you a fan of these card fans? All right. My hands are warmed up. And now we're going to move over to some crazy stuff with coins. Any questions, let me know. And at the end, I will read and we can do a review. Okay? Anybody watching tonight? Donations are cool. You don't have to. I don't beg for donations. I remind people. The reason why I remind people that donations are cool is because all of this equipment is paid for from donors. I'm not kidding. This fancy camera, the lights, the microphone, all of it except for my computer and a bunch of other little things were paid for by the donors. So if you can donate, great. If you can donate, cool. If not, just like and subscribe. That's all. Like and subscribe. All right, I'm going to move the cards out of the way. Let's put these here. Yeah, these are brand new. There's also the two-handed card throws like this, where you flick. I have a whole series of ones that I do live where I flick them, and they really go far and boomerang back. I love throwing playing cards. I'll stand in my house and just do this for hours. Just throwing them. Okay. Oops, I missed that guy. Okay. Let's get out some coins. Now, the most famous thing you will see with coins is this, where you have a coin and you roll it across your knuckles. You've all seen this in a movie or in a TV show, and I do it a lot. And I'm going to explain to you the nuance to this. I will say it's very meditative if you learn how to do this. And it's fun because you can set a goal and try to get to it. Now, I'm going to take my rings off. When I perform professionally, I wear rings on this hand. And I don't wear any rings on this hand, but I do wear lots of rings on this hand. So I don't do any rolls here. But when I'm at home, I love doing coin rolls in this hand. It's fun. Let me take my ring off. Ow. Gosh. Hold on. I gained weight. There we go. All right. So coin rolls. If you, this is a poker table trick. It's good for intimidation too. So here's what I want. If you have a quarter, learn it with a quarter. If you have a $50, great. Silver dollar, great. I don't care. Quarters, I think, are harder, and it's because I never practice with them. I can do it with a quarter. Rick, where's Rick Sherman? Rick Sherman thinks it looks better with a quarter. It's a little more elegant and small. I suck at quarters. These big boys I do all day, and I do them in 2 hands. Not only do I do them in 2 hands, I can do 2 in 1 hand, and I'll teach it tonight. So here's the method I use. You don't want stiff fingers. I've seen people try to do it like, I can't even hold it there. They're doing it like this. It's relaxed. And the coin is on your knuckle. Okay? Your middle finger lifts and rolls it to the next, and then when it gets to here, your thumb slides it around. And I've been doing it so long, I've realized that as I'm grabbing it with one finger, the next finger's starting to move up. Watch. See, it's already going up. My pinky's up, and there it is. So it's like I'm grabbing with each one. And if you have one coin, a good way to do it is when you get to the pinky, you just take it in the thumb and start over here. And then you go to here. And it's just like a continual chain. Yeah, so Sherman, you like the $50? I have, let me see here. Where are my $50? These are $50. Yeah, it's a little easier with a $50, but I prefer the dollar. I like the big boys. This is a neat move. When you have a coin, learn how to hold it and wiggle it. Because from far away, it looks better. Look, you can hold this and no one will see it. Look, you can't even see that I'm holding a coin. But if I go like this, you can see the coin. From here, slide it on. Bam, bam, bam. Ruth in the house. What's up, Ruth? You will get this. This is meditative. It's mind, coordination, relax. Don't think about, watch television. This is a great watch TV bit. Dude, I do it when I'm at red lights or driving. When I'm at a red light, I always have coins in the car. And learn it in both hands. And one way to learn this is to just say, like if I have a magic student and I'm doing a class, I tell everybody that if you can do it 10 times in a row, you win a prize. 10 times. You're not allowed to do this, though. You're not allowed to grab it. And then I can't even do it. Grab it and grab it. That's not it. Grabbing it each time, it's got to roll like that. And that is a coin roll. You'll see it in movies. You've seen it at gambling things. It is really, if you've always wanted to learn it, Ruth, now's the time. Just do 10 minutes a day. You'll be a master at it. It feels good. I'm telling you, when you can finally do it, you're going to be like, wow. When I can learn how to do the cards like that with the making them appear, it took me 5 years to be able to show anybody, in a real situation. And when I could do it, the amount of pride and joy that comes along with it's outstanding. So Ruth, after you get good at this, the next thing you do is once it's at the pinky, you add another coin. I add it to my thumb and forefinger, roll it up, and now we're on the roll to do 2. Now, I'm going to be honest. Hold on, I'm a little cockamamie here. I don't like doing 2. I don't do 2 in shows very often. Sometimes I'll do a couple. I do it for my own hand coordination because if you can do 2, when you do 1, you're really good at it. Oh, great analogy. This is from a Russian movement professor. Carnegie Mellon University, 1994. We at our school were lucky to have the Moscow Art Theater teachers come to my school and stay for half the year. And we had a movement teacher that was teaching us how to run and jump over tables and do rolls. And it was kind of dangerous. I don't do the opposite direction, but I have a couple magician friends that do. They'll go this way and then they'll reverse it. I just did it. Wow. Yeah, I don't do that. So this guy's analogy was amazing. One of the students can more than 2? Of course. I have friends that can do 4. Yeah. It doesn't look so good, though. It looks clunky. It looks like there's too much going on. So somebody at college was like, why do we have to learn how to jump over tables and flip and roll? This is stupid. I'm never going to have to do that. And the movement teacher, his name was Andre Droznin. Andre Droznin said, and we had a translator in the classroom. He gave an analogy. He goes, if you have a car and it drives 100 miles an hour, that's its max. When it's going 85, it ain't doing so well. It's shaking because it's at the top. But if you have a car that goes 200 miles an hour, when you're driving 110, smooth. So that's why learning this and then adding this is great. It just makes it so that the other one's way easier. And it is fun. I like doing two. I like doing two here and one here. I do this a lot. You just kind of have to stop thinking and just feeling, oh, I'm stuck. All right. So now let's get this. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what I deem to be ridiculously hard to do. But I'm going to show you because why not? You can learn this too. When I was a kid, I always wanted to learn this. And this took a long time. So I'm going to have 4 here. If I do 1, 2, 3, and 4. From a flat palm, I start. It looks like this. Oh, hold on. I'm angling my arm weird. Let me do it here like I would normally do it first. It looks like this. Okay? Let me do it closer. It's hard to do it up here like this with my arm. It's like this. Okay? This move is not so hard to do, and probably why my hands have such bad arthritis. That's what it looks like. I need to warm up to this one. There we go. Just like all sports or juggling, you really have to do... Oh, you're using a Baphomet medallion. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yeah. So, here's how this works. It's called a 4-coin roll down. It took me many years to get consistent. I'm using coins that don't even have rough edges. And it means when I do it with coins that have rough edges, like the newer silver dollars, it's kind of easy. If I do it with half dollars, it's really easy. I like doing it with these slippery silver dollars. All right, here we go. Watch. First, you start with 1. So, like that. That's the position. Okay? This finger, now you're there. Now you're there. That's hard to do, and that's the hard one. Getting it to the pinky. I'll do it again. It's here. This finger, your middle finger, goes down and takes the... That's easy to do. From here to here to here, easy. And then it's hard to do this slow too. Here, 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 here. Okay. Watch this. I'm going to do them one at a time. This is a stack of 4, one at a time. And then 4 is this. You roll 2 to this position, which is pinky here, here. This, just this alone is ridiculous. And then you open it all up with your thumb. I'm not going to bother that. I'll probably do a reviewer, refresher, more advanced one where I get into that. What do I think about gimmick coins for magic tricks? Good question, William. You just cashed in your points. Oh, you got a mystery box. Amanda got the first mystery box. Congrats, Amanda. You're gonna like it. Did you do the? I'll get an email that tells me that you did it. I love it. Gimmick coins. Although you are about, although what they can do is sometimes outstanding, I personally don't like them. It's one more thing to worry about. Trick coins are very expensive and they damage easily. They make a special coin out of a real silver dollar where they cut it out and they make one that's a shell that fits over other ones. You can do a lot of tricks with these. Amazing tricks that use sleight of hand in a trick coin. If you drop it, it's done. If you drop it on the floor, they bend a little bit. You can't use them anymore. You have to get them fixed. So I just don't. I don't. Oh, you got one too? Who else got a mystery box? I can't wait. I can't wait to make those. I'm not a fan of trick coins. I don't hate them, but me personally, not into them. If you see me doing mingle magic, you will never see these. You will only see me borrowing quarters off the crowd to do tricks. That's what I use. When I'm on stage or parlor, like a small theatrical setting, then I whip these out and do some stuff. But these to me signify magic coins. People think these are trick coins. So after I make them appear, I go, here, check them out. And I let people feel how heavy they are. They're really heavy. All right, let's keep moving here. I have a few more things I want to show you before I bounce out. So we did the coin roll. Both hands. We did one roll down. This is the one to practice. Okay. And then I showed you the 4 roll down, which there's a lot going on here. There's a lot. And you don't need to worry about that yet. The next thing I was going to show you, you see this? I do this a lot. I don't know if it's a thing, but I'm always throwing coins and doing really weird patterns in the air with them. I kind of made this up. It's like, I call it synchronized coin swimming. It's like, look, I don't know if you can see it on video, but they do things in the air all at the same time. That's kind of cool. Sometimes you go up and they spin. Let me do a sideways one. Yeah, oh, almost. All right, let's keep moving. Hold on. What was the one I was going to show you? Oh, yes. Now, I don't know if you remember I'm going to take my jacket off now. On the Fonz, Happy Days, I could swear there was an episode where they have the contest where you put your elbow up like this and you put a quarter on it and you go like that and catch the quarter. Does anybody remember that episode? It was Happy Days. I remember, I think it was Fonzie. It's like a faint memory in my mind. So as a little kid, I used to do this a lot. You put your elbow up and you balance a quarter, right? Not on the very tip, but a little bit back, because it's the same distance to your hand. So when you move, well, that one was bad. Hold on. From here, let me move this so I don't hit the chair. I'm missing it. How do I miss that? I've done this a billion times. Okay? That's one coin. Watch this. I'm going to try to do it with like 30 coins. How's the points going? I haven't been watching the points game tonight. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to do this with a stack of quarters. They might go flying, folks. The hard part is the balance. And I remember on Fonzie... Oh, I missed like 3. Here. Hold on, I'll get it. I think Fonzie, the guy did like 45 coins. And I'm always curious of what the world record is. The problem is you need a big hand to catch them. And you have to be good at balancing them. There it goes. That's it. So, yeah. What? Does anybody remember? 6? I think you can do more than 6, dude. If you can do 6, you can do 10 or 15. This is like 1. That's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here's 20 coins. It's not hard to do. It looks harder than it is. I like it because it's fun. If you're at a party and you start doing this, everybody's going to want to do it. There he goes. That was 20. And, yeah, it's kind of fun, folks. All right. I want questions. Ask me some questions. Yeah, they're trying to break the world record. That's the Fonzie episode. Whew. been talking so fast and furiously, my voice. Who's got questions? I was trying not to teach tricks tonight, but one of the tricks I do teach a lot, because it's always done so poorly, is a single card vanish. And that was so many different types of cards here now. So single card vanishing, a lot of people know this. They just not good at it. My student who's in here, Robinson. What city are you in, Robinson? You're in Montreal? I think you're in Montreal. He's one of my magic students. He can do it. And he's like a little kid, and he figured it out. He's got it down. I'll teach this before as the last trick, because it's an actual trick. So to do that, the thing that people don't realize, well, first of all, this faces out. And I'm holding it right at the edge. Thumb. Fingers away. Spider-Man style. Roll it in. Knuckles. Fingers on the edge. Open. Does this look familiar? That's the position of the one-handed fan. Okay? Very similar. So from this position here, fingers out, Spider-Man, roll the knuckles in. Still you're in the Spider-Man. They go on the edge, and then it opens and bends. Okay? At speed, it's on the way down, the fingers go. On the way up, it's gone. The next thing is the timing and your eyes and head. Oh, you see? And eventually, you can show both sides and make it appear, which we will save for one of the more advanced classes. I love that move. I could do that all day. The other one that you can do with this move, after you learn how to do a few... Oh, I messed up. Hold on, let me show you. Let me do this one more time. I didn't show you the reel from the back. So it's here, here, here. And then to get it back... Now the practice is, how much do you slide it back here? Because you could have it up here, and that looks terrible. You could have it too far back, but then you can't get it back into your hand. So that's what the practice is there's a sweet spot. And how I pop it out like that is hard to do. I rest, and my pinky flicks it, and then it goes to that. It looks like that. Yeah, that's it. Not easy, but again, it's fun to practice this stuff. I really do enjoy practicing this stuff. It's meditative, and it's hard, but it's obtainable. Think of it like you're learning how to play a Mozart song on the piano. Yeah, you're not going to pluck it out right away. You're going to learn, it's going to be a little rusty, and eventually it's got momentum, and there's a beautiful song. Hey, Daryl, yep, you're late because we're going to end it soon. But you can watch the rerun. Yeah. Wow, some of you have points in here. This is great. Oh, what? Your favorite card trick, Eric, is the appearing and disappearing cards? Yes, mine too. If somebody asked me what my favorite one was, I would say that because for many reasons. I use it for many different things. For instance, it looks great on a big stage. I mean a big stage. Like, hey, St. Louis, what's up? Come on in, St. Louis. Oh, you're in the hometown of Clownvis. Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. If you see him, tell him I said hi. I love him. The reason why I like card manipulation, which is what this is, and I use bees for this, and I didn't say why. Notice there's no white border. Red blends. You don't see it when it's moving, especially at this pace. It's also good up close. It's good in a restaurant. It's good on a giant stage. You don't have to understand what I'm saying. It's visually pleasing, and people love it. And when I worked in, there was a restaurant I used to work at in Manhattan called Ninja, and we used to have these trays, and I would do it at the table with the tray. And I would do it that way because you could see that I was throwing it on the tray, you know, clear as day, you know, and that is right there. That's like 30. Oh. So yeah, this has been my life's work. I've literally spent the most time learning this of anything I've ever learned. And I do like teaching it. So eventually I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do this. And yeah, any hoozle. I hope you guys had a good time tonight. It is 20 after. Left-handers do the coin roll the other direction? No. If you're a lefty, you're just going to do it the same way. So thumb here, like this. It's the same. It doesn't matter. You can also do, this is the one to practice. If I have to make a recommendation for the coin roll, nothing here, coin here, roll it to the pinky, take it here, roll it to the pinky. Right? It's a nice little mantra to go through. What is a physical mantra called? I mean, you could say routine. It just doesn't sound good. And then the one here, from here, thumb, slide. The heavier the coin, the better, actually. If you have a really light coin, it's not as good sometimes. A little weight's better. There we go. Now I'm at speed. That's about as fast as I can do it. There are guys that go way faster. The other one is the lazy man one. This is for my buddy who passed away a few years ago, Johnny Fox. He would do it in his show. He would do forward, and then he'd go, oh yeah, when you're lazy, you can do this. You just stoop and slide it down to your pinky. I'm not good at that. Yeah, that's the lazy man one. And he would do it backwards. I cannot do it backwards. Never put the time in. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a good time tonight. I love teaching magic. I actually teach a lot of magic. You might not see it on this show, but I do online Zoom classes. I do live classes. I do private lessons on my porch in the summer, and people come to my studio to learn too. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to teach. It's an ancient art form, and it has thousands of layers to it. Tonight, we learned one layer, and that is literally straight up skill. We didn't talk about showmanship. We didn't talk about timing. We did not talk about misdirection and the creation of a wondrous moment so that you have more room for misdirection. The psychology behind magic is amazing, and it was invented by shaman thousands of years ago. It's amazing. And so tonight we just did a very basic little stunts that you can do with cards, the shooting, the flicking, all of those things. Start using them. Try them out. You know, when you're hanging out with your friends, just start messing around with this stuff. You know, when you're watching television, just start messing around with it. You can all learn these things. My favorite thing I did this year. Well, there you go. That's the idea, Sean. Thank you for watching. The best thing I did all year, and I'm not telling anybody to do this, but for me, the greatest thing I did this year that made me go from being able to do lots of cool things to doing even more cool things is I covered my television. I literally took a cover and I covered the whole thing. And not only is it covered, there's also a bunch of junk in front of it because I have a studio set up now. I barely watch TV. When I do watch TV, it's very meaningful and fun. It's like going to the movies. It's like, oh, we're going to watch a movie. And I uncover the TV. I turn the sound system up. and we have a movie night, and it's fun. And then when I'm done, I immediately cover it up. I don't start surfing and looking on Netflix or none of that stuff. I basically got rid of all my pay channels except for a couple, and it made me focus on reading and creative development, practicing more, and working on this show. That's what happened. Yeah. Okay. So, folks, before I go, what was I going to say? Yeah, anybody wants to donate? Cool. If not, I get it. People are broke. If you do, there's a link in the description of where you can go. The donations go back in the show. I am not profiting from this show. I would hope to one day. Maybe I won't. Even if I don't profit, I'm not going to stop. I enjoy this. It is really fun. I get to hang out with some cool people. Right, poltergeist. Yeah, no poltergeists here. Yeah, I had a great crowd in here tonight. I have a really good, loyal crowd that comes and watches this, and I raise a glass to you. Thank you. It makes this way enjoyable. Well, whoever's new, the least you can do is hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell, because I do 3 shows a week. They're fun. There's philosophy. There's all sorts of weird stuff. I learn from you, and maybe you're learning some weird stuff from me. I enjoy research, and I put it into the show. And as magic moments go, I'm working on doing one where I'm going to teach my version of the hard one. And because I have a little bit of a nuance to it that most people don't know about. So if you're a magician watching, you might be into that. I love how people are risking and winning points. If you're new, look at this. There's a whole thing going on in here, and you can win prizes. All right, my voice is tired today. Helen, thank you. That means a lot. Cheers. I mean, it really does. I'm trying to make it fun and exciting, and I want you to keep coming back. So, let's see. We got Helen, Ruth, Dan, William, Sean, Ashworth is in here partying. We got Daryl. We got Sharky. We got Amanda. Who else? Eric Carr, Ruth, Ashworth, CR. Oh, Chris. What's up? Who else is in here that I might know? Oh, Peter Benedetti. My mama's in the house. Yeah, good crowd tonight. And then we have a whole bunch of people that just watch. That's great too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Cardone. This was Magic Method. Card and coin stunts. And I'll be back on Monday. Actually, okay. So tomorrow night, I will be performing magic at Wits End in Rockaway Beach. If you're within a few hour drive, I'm not kidding you. It's worth driving. I'm not for my show, for the food. It's some of the best food in anywhere. I'm not in the world. I'm not going to joke. All right, we have a 5-star chef. His name's Whit. I'm there Thursday. And then Saturday night. Well, Friday night, the Slipper Room opens. Saturday night, I'm on, 8 p.m. I'm in the first show. There's 3 shows now. It goes 1, 2, and 3. I'm in the first one at 8. It's a nightclub. It's been around since 2001. It is a burlesque variety house, and I've been performing there since 2002. I love working in nightclubs. It's the real deal. It's got a really nice setup, and I'm there, 8 p.m., back in black. So the nightclub business is starting to come slowly, and I will be here on Monday at 8 p.m. with an evening hour. I'm going to take us out with the trailer for Magic Method, and in there is me at Slipper Room with a camera aiming out towards the crowd. And the reason why I use that for a trailer is I'm doing a very basic card trick that gets a really good reaction. And I use it to say, hey, it's not the trick, it's how you're doing it that matters. You could take the most basic, boring card trick and make a whole room erupt into like applause and gasps, which I'm going to show you now when you see the trailer. You saw it at the beginning. I'm happy. This was fun. My name is Cardone. Keep coming back, and I will see you around. Party on Wayne.
Seven? Thank God I can do magic, everybody.